Welcome to the virtual realm. I am your flight bird Flamingo, and I'm here to bring you what is, in my opinion, the best title on the Oculus Quest platform. That's right, today we're talking about Population 1, a virtual reality battle royale available on all major VR platforms with crossplay capability. Now, fair warning, this game is not a joke. It will give you a beating if you choose to play it enough. I have put in a ton of hours, having over 110 kills, 13 wins already, but my body is beat because this game has a climbing mechanic and a wingsuit mechanic, and throw a BR shooter mechanic on top of that, and I can promise you that you're basically going to not stop moving. And being good comes with a lot of work. It is a shooter at its core, but if you're not climbing, flying, and shooting and all three in tandem, you're not going to be able to hang with the best of them. I am considered pretty fit, and after about 15 plus hours of playing the game in the course of 2 days, my body took a beating. I was beat up and not feeling good. I had to get a lot of extra sleep after playing this game. For me, though, the entire experience is worth it. For one of the most fun times that I've ever had shooting people in a video game in my entire span of shooting people in video games. And I've been gaming for like 15 years. So I'm just going to go over a general overview of the game, let you know what to expect when you hop in, and hopefully spread some positivity about the game because it is seriously one of the best VR titles that I have played so far. I'm going to go over it, give the general overview of what to expect from a new player jumping in the realm of Pop 1 for the first time, or maybe you just love the game and want to help creators like me. Either way, make sure you drop some comments down below. Let me know how you think about the videos. This is one of my first scripteds, so we're just going to keep them going. What is a video game without some of its major game mechanics? Now, you might think to yourself, oh, I already know how to shoot, and I already know how to reload. But all the things that you think conventionally about playing video games, and especially shooters in general, you really need to break those habits and create new ones. There's two main mechanics in this game, and the first being climbing, and the second being flying. The climbing is I want to say that one's more important than the other, but they're not really. They kind of work in tandem, climbing and flying. So in this game, there is no sprint, there is no jump. The only way to get around is to climb up. You can climb up any building, any surface in the game, you can climb it. And any surface that has a ledge, you can jump off of it just by simply running off the ledge. And when you run off the ledge, if you T-pose, you can hold out your wingsuit and fly. And that's the only way to get around the map some sort of fast, is that you want to be flying. It's very imperative that you climb and fly as much as you possibly can in this video game. And if you do those things, then I promise you, you're going to be better than everybody else, because some people are standing still. And when you stand still in this game, you're very likely to get shot. Occasionally you get shot while you're flying, but if you're not flying off the highest highs to get across the map, and if you're not flying off the lowest lows just to gain some extra speed to get towards your teammates while they're getting blasted, and if you're not climbing to get out of cover, you're a little bit fucked. Another major game mechanic in this game that you think you know about, but you definitely don't, is reloading. In this game, each gun is different. If you're familiar with VR, this one's not going to be too bad on you. You have to physically reload all your weapons. Each gun in this game reloads differently. Of course, you're reloading your snipers kind of similarly, and you're reloading your pistols very similarly, but each gun itself has kind of a different mechanic in which it is reloaded. You're reloading your P90 a lot different than you're reloading, let's say, your revolver. And one thing that there is an issue that I hope they bring up in regards to reloading is that some of the guns reload on the opposite side. It's really convenient for left-handed people to reload the sniper because they're holding the gun with their left hand and reloading with the right. But as somebody who's right-handed, I'm holding the sniper with my right, and it's very awkward because the bolt action is on the opposite side. But it's fine, usually for me. But it is kind of an issue. Like for people that are left-handed using the revolver, it's near impossible to reload unless you are pulling your right hand over your left hand. But just know that in this game, it's different because it's VR. One other major mechanic of this game is building. Now, it's not what you think. It's not Fortnite, although some kids in the lobby might try to make you think otherwise. The building in this game is very slow. You can't build 7 pieces at once. You can't put up a 5-star hotel quick as shit. It just has to do with trying to build yourself some cover. You can get resources. It's just one type of resource in the game. We'll see what the game holds in the future. One other major game mechanic that I really wanted to talk about, because I figured I'd throw in 5, is using 2 hands for better accuracy. This is a habit that needs to be formed specifically in VR because, of course, you're not doing that in other video games. Your character automatically does that. When you press left trigger, he pulls up the scope. When you go to shoot any gun, he puts his hand on his non-dominant hand. He puts it on the gun. You got to remember to do that. There's so many times where I've lost battles in this game or won battles in this game because I decided to use an extra hand. Now, it sounds dumb, but even the pistol, yes, all the pistols in the game, you can use your second hand to brace it, and it'll show the mechanic in game. And when you use a second hand in game, you get better accuracy on every single weapon. You need to get used, this is a major one, honestly. You need to get used to, if somebody rushes you or jumps around a corner, use that second grip button to grab your gun immediately. Like, get ready, like, most people get ready to flick, but you need to be ready to flick and grab the gun. You get to grab the gun, flick, grab the gun, flick, grab the gun, flick. Always make sure you're grabbing your gun with 2 hands. It's very imperative in this game, and it's going to win you, honestly, a lot of fights. A lot of people have bad habits in this game. You'll notice it when you see people having bad habits. A lot of people will stand still. A lot of people will spray you with weapons, and, you know, the beauty of this game and VR in general is that your sensitivity is up to you, how much you move. So you just build better game mechanics, better habits than other people, and you will do great in this game. So those are the major game mechanics. I just want to go over the game itself as well. One thing I want to talk to you guys about is weapon skins, characters, and skins in the game, and how honestly amazing they are in this game and in VR in general. When you buy a weapon skin in Fortnite or you buy a weapon skin in COD, it doesn't feel the same as when you buy a weapon skin in this game, to be honest. And right now, you can't actually buy weapon skins, but you gain them for free. All the characters are free. All the skins for the characters are free. I think there's like 3 or 4 skins for each character. There's up to, I believe, 4 to 5 weapon skins for every single gun in the game. And all of it's free through a level up system in the main menu that you can go through. There's talks saying that they're not going to bring in like a battle pass, but this is kind of like a free battle pass. It has 60 levels with really, honestly, really good weapon skins. And nothing makes it feel better than seeing it in virtual reality because, I mean, like I said, you buy a weapon skin in COD, it's sweet, you look at it when your character pulls the gun up, you know? Your character pulls his gun up to shoot somebody, you see it for like a half a second that you're not looking down the sight. In between the ADS and looking in your sight, that's when you see your cool weapon skin. But in this game, I'm literally carrying it around. I can look at it from every single angle. I can look at the butt, the front, the bottom, the left, the right. It doesn't matter what it is. I can look at the weapon skin. And it honestly, when you go into the menus and you look at the characters and the skins and the weapons and the level pass that I'm talking about, you'll see that you can, you'll see that once you check out the weapon, even if you haven't unlocked it, you look at it in the battle pass, it'll show you the weapon in your hand. So I think it's a really cool mechanic. I love that they're not making us pay for this. You know, just cool weapon skins, cool guns. Some of my favorites, there's a rainbow kitten skin for the AWP sniper that is fucking amazing. There's a banana peel skin for one of the pistols that's amazing. There's purple shotgun skins. I mean, honestly, every single weapon in the game has really good skins. So now that we talk about the skins, I feel like we should talk about a couple of other things that are very imperative to the game that you guys are probably going to want to talk about. One of those being health and shields, which you're going to need to drop into battle. And it's going to be one of the first things that I'm going to ask you to look for. Too often I'll find teammates who don't give a shit about finding shields, and they'll just walk around the entire game with like 10 shield or 5 shield, thinking that picking up a shield gives them full shield. When in reality, when you get shield, you're getting 5 or 10 shield per, and you need to get up to 100 shield. And shielding in this game, I mean, it's important just like in every game, but the difference here versus other battle royales is that you can't actually carry any shielding with you after you grab it off the ground. So you might be able to pick up a shield pack and use it if you don't have shield, but there's no, if you're full shield, there is no picking up extra shields. There is no picking up shields to give to your teammates. You have to find shields when your shields break. You have to physically walk around and loot for them or get them off a dead body. So honestly, it should be one of the very first things that you do when you drop is make sure you have some shield. It is literally a second life. And there's so many people walking around without it that you're going to have an advantage if you have full shield. You're going to have a major advantage if you have full shield, because a lot of the times that I play this game, I'm walking around with half health, half shield, or whatever it is. You know, if you're full on both, you're going to have an advantage no matter what. It's very imperative. So the shield's fairly simple, just one type, not much you can do with it. Like I said, you can get them 5 or 10, and you can take them, but you can't carry them. Health, on the other hand, you can carry with you. There's only 2 types of healing in this game as of current, those being bananas and the other being Coca-Cola. Now the bananas, you have to peel all 4 sides and then put the banana to your face to physically eat the banana, and the banana will give you health immediately. And the Coca-Cola is similar. You actually have to physically open the Coke can with both hands, and then drink physically, like put the Coke to your mouth, and that gives you health over time. They do heal you quite a bit, but that's the basic of the health and shields. There's really not much to it after that. There's no other healing items. There's no other shielding items. But what kind of falls under that category, and is something that I think is also very, very important for first-time players and people that really don't know what's happening, is the backpack upgrades. Now, the backpack upgrades, you might see them and be like, hey, I already have a backpack. I picked one up. But if you look at your weapon wheel, if you hold the A button on the quest platform, and you open your weapon wheel, you'll see at the beginning of the match that all of your weapons are locked. Now, getting backpacks is what unlocks your weapon slots. For each backpack that you pick up, you'll unlock a weapon slot. Now, the only shitty thing about the health and shields, or the health that you can carry, because you can carry bananas and Coca-Cola, is that you can only carry one per slot. So if you have 3 slots unlocked, well, you can carry, 2 guns and a health, or 3 guns, or 3 healths, or whatever. 1 banana, 1 slot. 1 Coke, 1 slot. So just remember to always pick up backpack upgrades. You want to pick them up until your backpack is full, because you want to be able to carry the most shit. I like to carry something for long range, like a sniper, and then something for close range, like an SMG shotgun, and then I always like to have some sort of AR for long to medium range spam. If somebody's really low and you just need to spray, shit, pull out a gun and spray. But just don't forget to have the backpack upgrade so that you can also have some health on you. And what also is a really good thing in this game is grenades, which I'll get to here in a second. But having one of those you can't stack those either. It's 1 grenade per backpack slot. So that's the basics of the backpacks, your health and shields, stuff like that, and the weapon skins and major game mechanics. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, there are multiple different types of weapons in the game. You have pistols, SMGs, ARs, and snipers, and shotguns, just like any other shooter or battle royale has. And you have the rarities, just like most battle royales do. I can get a PX4 pistol that is white, blue, purple, or yellow. And those rarities go for every single weapon in the game. So you can get yellow pistols, and you can get yellow shotguns, yellow snipers, yellow ARs, yellow SMGs, and purple of all the varieties. When it comes to weapons, pistols are actually quite fucking decent in this game. They do a decent amount of damage, and they're really good when people want to push you. Shotguns are also really good when people want to push you. The double barrel, in my opinion, is keen to the 7.25 from Call of Duty, the newest Modern Warfare. Then you have the second shotgun, which is the semi-auto shotgun, which is also amazing. But those are the only 2 shotguns currently. We have 3 pistols. We have the PX4, M1911, and the revolver. Then we have the double barrel shotgun and the semi-auto shotgun. And then when it comes to SMGs, you get the P90, the MP5, and the UMP45, which are all, honestly, in my opinion, amazing. The MP5 is really good for when somebody's close to you. The P90 shreds it. At honestly short to medium range, it's really fucking good in this game. It's probably my favorite gun. And the UMP, honestly, is just an all-around really good weapon to have at any time. Honestly, every single gun in this game feels good when you shoot it. Feels good when you look down the scope. Feels good when you hold it. Everything in this game is top-notch. I mean, there's obviously a lot of things they can work on, and people are going to bitch about it. But I'm here to tell you that this game is definitely a buy. When you come to the ARs, you have a CX4, an AK-47, an MX8 or an M18, which is the M4, but it's 3-round burst, and I don't like that gun very much. And then you have 2 sniper options, one with a scope and one without. You have the Sarek or the AWP with the scope, which honestly, they're both fucking amazing. I love the snipers in this game. I love every gun in this game. There is some that are even better than others, and those you can only get from special drops, which are in, basically every game, every battle royale at this point. Special drops, or dropouts, or loadouts, or whatever you want to call them. They're here, and they're, just like every other battle royale. But in this game, the announcer will announce which area the drop is going to. Like, he'll say it out loud over the speaker. You'll hear, supply drop, dropping at farmlands, or whatever. And you'll know exactly where it's at, so it's kind of engaging fights. But you will always get yellow weapons out of the special drops. Sometimes it's yellow pistols, sometimes yellow snipers. They will also drop backpack upgrades for you and lots of shield upgrades. There's always shield upgrades at the special drops. So honestly, they're a very, very good idea to try to hit up early and get those yellow weapons and those, like I said, very, very imperative shields. Now that we've talked about the basic mechanics of the game and what it includes and guns and shields and everything in that nature, there's a few other things I want to go over that really stick to me about this game. And one of those is, weirdly enough, the lobby system. Now, this might sound weird, and you might be like, the lobby system. But just like in Fortnite and PUBG, where there's a pre-lobby, you know, like in any battle royale, there's a pre-lobby kind of situation. In virtual reality, it makes it so much crazier. And it feels like an old Black Ops 3 or Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2 lobby. You know, those old times where people were being toxic, but it was hilarious. You know what I mean? Like, at this point in time, toxicity isn't leaving video games. And at this point in time, toxicity is kind of embraced as funny at times in video games. And honestly, here is one of those moments where the toxicity is fucking hilarious. You drop into the pre-lobby, and it's you and every other single player in the game. You have builds, there's guns you can pick up and shoot, and everybody's trying to talk and have dance battles and curse each other out and say stuff about each other's moms and make mom jokes. And it's just so much encompassed in one lobby that you sit there for 5 minutes and I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop laughing. I really enjoyed the lobby system, especially in VR, watching people trying to crank with the building in this game, or watching somebody shooting at each other, or just, you know, having time to talk to new players about the game while we're in the lobby. I've had people fondling me inappropriately in the lobby. I've had people asking me to have a dance battle pre-game. I've had so many fun times in this game, just not even in the game, honestly. And I think you'll understand it if you get into it, and you'll be like, wow, this is kind of just like a little treat, you know? It's not the whole game, but it's a little treat, and little treats are nice. And another little treat that they added to this game is the Spectate system. I have never seen a BR with a Spectate system that is this cool, honestly. Let's say, well, of course, everybody knows what a Spectate system is when you die or whatever, and you can spectate the enemy. You know, in Fortnite, it just automatically makes you spectate the person that killed you or whatever. In PUBG, you're just fucked or whatever. But in this game, the spectate mechanic is so cool that you die, right? And then it gives you the option of going back to the lobby with your crew if you have one, or by yourself, or spectating. I didn't even understand it. I was just like, oh, it's going to let me watch the person, you know, kind of like Fortnite. But when I actually hit the spectate button, dude, I could watch a whole match and just spectate. I can't even explain to you how cool it is. I'm going to show a video of the spectate system, but basically you die, you click spectate. It shows you, like, when you die in the game, it shows you where everybody is on the map anyways. Like, when you die, it shows that red highlight of everybody in the match. So you die, you kind of get a see like, oh, fuck, that guy was way up there sniping me. That's cool. You know, and it gives you a good idea of how you died. But to take it further, you go into the spectate system, and it gives you this VR-only-esque top-down view, akin to Journey of the Gods or other games that give you that top-down view. When you spectate, it literally shows you highlights, every single player that's left in the game, in red as you're looking above this top-down view on all the players, and you feel like almost like a celestial being watching the match happen as you see this guy. Like, I'm watching this guy up on this high ground, but I'm watching him with my eyes, like he's right in my face as like a little 2D, as like a little ant, and he's like flying from left to right, and I can see the guys sniping way off in the distance, and you can move around the entire map to really get a landscape of what it is. I really recommend that you die one of these times and just spectate a match. Don't even watch the players if you choose, but just walk around the map, see what it entails. It's a really good way to look at the map and just kind of get a feel for where people like to push, where they don't like to push, and just watch other players, see what they do, watch how they fly, watch how they climb, watch how they shoot, watch how they move, watch how they push. Those are very important things to this game, and the spectate system can kind of give you all of that without having to watch videos or whatever, without having to check out my channel. I'm just kidding. But it's honestly, it's so cool. It's the best spectate system I've ever seen in a VR game and in a battle royale. So I highly recommend you check it out. Shouts out to Population 1 for honestly implementing this really cool way to watch the game. I think it's going to make waves for when there's some tournaments later on, which there's definitely going to be because this is high stakes gameplay. So I honestly, I really look forward to it, to what they hold in the future. Speaking of the future, it's one of the last few things here I wanted to talk to you guys about, the future of the game. They posted on their Twitter here and said a few things about the future of the game, but honestly, I did some research, looked on Twitter, Reddit, all over the fucking internet. I scoured, and I could not find very much about what is going to happen with the updates with this game. Have talked about, like I said in the Twitter picture, about weapon skins, microtransactions, and map changes. Somebody had to ask them about microtransactions, what it entails, why they're in the game, and the developers basically said that the only thing they're going to have microtransactions for is weapon skins and character skins, and they're not going to have anything that's game-breaking mechanics or anything like that that comes in with paying money. And that I'm always down for, you know. It's like Overwatch. If you give me a character skin, that's dope. But in this game, like I had said before earlier in the video, I'm really down for those microtransactions, because seeing the gun skin in this game or other VR games, seeing weapon skins is totally worth it over seeing a weapon skin in COD, dude. I cannot go back to any of those games and even pretend that I'm going to spend money on them, you know, because I'm never going to do that, because I can't actually physically see the weapon. They were talking about map changes on their Twitter, saying that they're going to maybe not be as akin to the Fortnite map changes where it's so big, but they are going to have some map changes to where, you know, there's going to be different locations. They might make the map bigger. They might take places out, put new places in, make different drop spot locations. They might have different ways for you to get around, stuff like that they're talking about bringing. And everything that they're talking about bringing, by the way, all the updates is going to be free, allegedly. They were even talking about maybe bringing it free to play, but currently they need to make money for the updates, which I'm totally down for. I'm down for buying weapon skins if it's for these developers to make things quickly, if that makes sense. And that kind of brings me to what I would like from the game personally as a player. And I've been talking to people as I've been getting into the game. You know, a lot of people are new. I played the beta, so I was kind of more familiar with the game. But I've been talking to a lot of people about what they would like to see and kind of what I would like to see as well. And one of the things that seems to be the common consensus is bigger lobbies. As the game stands now, it's only 16 people per lobby. So honestly, seeing things like solos, duos, stuff like that would be great. As it stands now, the game is just trios and not big enough of a map or lobbies to support squads, in my personal opinion. But I would love to see bigger lobbies. That's one of the biggest things I think it is there's not enough teams in each match. With there being only 5 to 6 teams every single time, there is a lot of games where I've gotten, you know, our whole team's killed 11, 12 people, and we've basically destroyed the whole lobby. But there's also a lot of times where I felt like I've spent my whole time, not even a lot of time at the fact, getting my loot just to leave the one location I landed in already to be the last 2 teams. And that doesn't feel fun at all, honestly. When you get your loot and you have no team fights, and then it's the last 2 teams, I mean, thanks for the win, I guess, but, you know, I think bigger lobbies would definitely fill that. But I really think they weren't sure how popular their game was going to be. I'll honestly, at this point, new weapons would be something that everybody's talked about, of course. That's what comes with any Battle Royale. People want new weapons. They get tired of shooting the same ones, or, you know, some weapons will be in the game from the start, but people won't like them, and they never get used. You know, that happens in games all the time. So that's something else I would like to see. But honestly, anything that the developers are willing to give us at this point, I'm going to take. This is by far my favorite game on the Quest. I love it. I have had a Quest since December. I had the Quest 1 because I didn't own a PC to play PC VR, and so I was just kind of used to the Quest experience. And in my personal humble opinion, this is the absolute funnest game on the Quest. This is the most fun experience. It encompasses everything so well. It has you moving. It has you shooting. It has you looking around. It has you ducking, crouching. It has you, like, all over the place. And I absolutely love it. And I think the consensus from the community that I've gotten, because it seems that everybody has microphones nowadays, you know, and everybody's talking, is that everybody else loves this game too. Even those games where you drop in and you only get to the last 2 teams, or you die early or whatever, every single game it's amazing. It's fun. I have fun. I have so much fun because you're in so much control of the game. You are in control of what happens so much that when you blast off and kill a whole squad by yourself, my God, does it feel good. When you get shit on, it feels bad, but most of the time it's because something you fucked up on. You didn't get the right weapon, you didn't reload in time, you didn't move this way, you forgot to fly, you forgot to climb, you forgot to look, you forgot to crouch, you forgot to grab your weapon with 2 hands, like I said earlier. Whatever it is, it always feels like it's your fault, but it always feels fun. There's always something to learn in this game, and I absolutely love it. Making friends, there's so many people in VR that are truly friendly, to be honest. I know toxicity exists in every game, but for the most part, this community in Population 1 seems to be fantastic. VR as a whole is a very fantastic community. Video games are toxic, but mainstream video games are where it's really toxic. And when you find smaller niche communities like VR, like Population 1 on VR, they tend to be a lot less toxic. Find yourself a small gaming community, and I promise you, you're going to have a lot more fun. There's nothing, honestly, better in this game on the Quest, because I feel that this game fully immerses you. Like I was saying, there's nothing that equals to when, let's say you're playing Call of Duty and you're getting shot at from 100 yards away, and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna die. Well, your friend has one option. He can walk to you, or it's, I guess, two. He can walk to you, or he can run to you. You know, there's cars and whatever the fuck. We're not talking about that. He can walk to you, he can run to you, and he can jump. But in this game, I physically have to make a haste. I can if you're under fire, you know, your death is in my hands so much more than ever. Because when you're calling for help, you know, I can walk my way over there. Oh yeah, I'll be there in a second. Start shooting. Or in this game, I can climb faster. I can make sure I'm getting higher heights so that I can get to you faster with my wingsuit. You know, stuff like that. There's things you can do to make sure that you're physically being fully immersed, like jumping to teammates, crouching behind barrels, getting pinned down by fire. Like, there's things that happen in this game that happen in other games too, but it doesn't feel the same. I know there's other games out there like Pavlov, Onward, stuff like that, but this battle royale, as a battle royale, this game, after you experience it, there's nothing like it. There honestly is nothing like it. You cannot compare to actually getting pinned down by gunfire versus virtually getting pinned down by gunfire, if that makes sense. I absolutely love this game. I hope I gave you a good enough overview. In conclusion of why this is the best game on Oculus over other platforms, due to not tethering the Quest. Honestly, this game feels like it was made for the Oculus Quest. I've played this game, you know, tethered to my computer, and I've played it untethered, and by God, does this game amazing when you're untethered, unhinged, climbing, flying, shooting, doing everything you can do as fast as possible, but with no wires. There's no other experience like it, I promise you. Like I said, I grew up on my VR experience on the Quest, so I'm in love with being untethered. That's the beauty of the Quest. And this game, with everything it's trying to make you do and how fast it's trying to make you go and how much you're moving, it is 100% better on the Quest. This game was truly built for the Oculus Quest. I highly recommend it. If you're watching the video and you have a Quest, please pick this game up. I would love to see more people playing it. I would love to see the community get bigger. I would love to see people doing things that you couldn't think you could do in this game. It's amazing. It's an amazing game. Population 1, you've done fantastic. I hope I've given you guys a good enough an overview and kind of everything that happens in the game. I have been Flamingo. I've been sucked in by this game. I've been on a Quest for over a year, and this is honestly the one game that has sucked me in more than anything so far. I hope you guys keep bringing new stuff to the game, and I hope we can have more fun. Catch you guys in the virtual realm. See you later.